y'all, it's Brady. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back and welcome to another video. If you are brand new here, well, hi, hello, and welcome. We are a family of four. It's myself, my husband, and our two girls. Crazy busy life, and you know, we're always working or school or something, and so life is just busy. And on my channel, I like to share our, meals with you, our groceries, what we're doing, what we're buying, that sort of thing. So if that's your sort of thing, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and stick around. Today's video, we are actually doing a what's for dinner video. I have a few clips of some meals that I have made in the last week or so and just thought I'd share those with you. So that's what I've got for you today. But first, I did want to share with you some pans that Caraway sent out to me. So I'll show you those, we'll get those unboxed, and then we'll get to cooking. Right. So, real quick, I wanted to share with you these pans that Caraway sent over for me to try out. They are not sponsoring today's video, but they did send me over these pans to check out. So I thought I would share them with you. And then, of course, I'll keep you posted on what I think about them. I think they're supposed to be the sage green color. My dishwasher would decide to kick on right now. Okay, so the top one, I think, is just a skillet. Let's see. Ooh, fancy, fancy. This is very nice packaging. So cookware without chemicals. We see that. Okay, bear with me a second. I'm going to get this out of the back. Here is the skillet. I want to say this is the 10-inch. And then it does come with a trivet, which I think is fantastic. And a cleaning sponge for this. So this says this is the easiest way to remove stains. And there's some care instructions. And then the inside is the gray color. But then the outside is this really pretty sage green. So I'm excited to try this one out. And let me get the other one out of the packaging and I'll share that one with you. You can see what it looks like. I think, yep, it's supposed to be a larger skillet with a lid. So let's check that one out. So yep, same thing, same packaging. It's got the rings that keep things in place here. I'm gonna pull this out and then we'll take a look at it. So both of these pieces came very beautifully packaged. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, but this is a really sturdy, heavy lid. And this is interesting to me because it is maybe a little hard to tell in this video, but it is very, not oddly, but differently shaped. So I'll show you, like it sits flat on there instead of how a lot of lids are more domed. And then it does have a vent hole though. The lid came in its own bagging, and then the pan came in its, and there's another trivet as well. And this is the very large skillet. I'd say it's probably two and a half maybe inches deep. And then it does have very sturdy handles. Like this stuff is not moving. And they are heavy, but they're also like, it's a good quality heavy, not where it's too heavy to pick up and use. So I'm loving that so far. I'm gonna take a look at my care instructions and get these washed up to use for dinner. But yeah, not too hot to handle. Yeah, so lots of things to look at there. I'm excited to try these out again. This one's the sage green and then the gray interior. I'm really, really excited to try these out. For our first meal, we are jumping right in with a quick little stir-fry teriyaki here. And I'm just using a little bit of vegetable oil here in a skillet, probably a tablespoon. And then I chopped up some chicken into just sort of like little 1-inch, maybe quarter to half an inch thick pieces. Here's what it looks like all sauteed up. That took about 10 minutes and it was cooked through. But that's just going to depend on how much chicken you are using. But just something that I like to do real quick. And then I had made some teriyaki chicken flatbreads. So I had this Kinder's teriyaki sauce in the fridge. So we're using that. A lot of times I will make my own stir-fry sauce. But I was using up what I had on hand. So we went with the teriyaki route. And this was really, really, really good. So once the chicken was thoroughly cooked, you can see there's no other moisture left in the pan. And look how awesome these Caraway pans are. There is nothing stuck to it. They are perfect. So you don't need to be on a super high heat with this. I just did this all on medium heat, and then after about a minute of cooking it with the sauce, I actually turned the heat off. And so you can definitely get quite a bit of use out of this without turning the heat up on your skillet. It does take a few minutes to preheat your skillet, but once you do on that medium heat, you really don't need to go above that. It does hold its temperature wonderfully in these caraway pans, so I'm really excited to be using these. And then I just put this out on a plate, and then I set it aside. On that plate, wiped out the skillet with just a paper towel, and that was all I needed. Now I'm adding about a tablespoon or so of some more of that vegetable oil to the skillet, again over medium heat. And then I have got, I think this was 2 of those 90-second rice pouches, just some jasmine rice that we had on hand. So I popped those in the microwave, and then I had let them cool down on that plate that you saw, so that it was nice and cold rice, but cooked through. But you can definitely just cook some rice. So you just want it to be cold though going into your skillet. And then I am just frying this rice up here, separating it out. And I did add some garlic powder and I believe some onion powder. And now I am adding some soy sauce. Soy sauce in here. You really do not need any salt added to this, but you can definitely add that if you taste it and you think, oh, this could still use some. So we just do the soy sauce, garlic powder, and onion powder, maybe a little black pepper, and we are good to go. I do also really like I think it's the Sunbird brand that makes a fried rice seasoning packet. Those are really good too. But we just did it this way, and then because of egg prices, I left the egg out of this. So here's a look at what's for dinner tonight. There's our fried rice and our teriyaki chicken, and we're doing salads, green onions, easy peasy. That's what's for dinner tonight, and it only took me about 20 minutes, maybe a little longer chopping up the chicken, but if you're smart, you'll chop that up before you freeze it, and then all you gotta do is let it thaw, dump it in your pan. I do that sometimes, and I'm always so thankful that I thought about that ahead of time. But either way, it was an easy meal and super quick with the pre-made sauce that we had left over. So that's our dinner tonight. We're gonna get to eat. Okay, so I realized that I started this whole dinner and didn't show y'all, but here we are nonetheless. So what I did was I cut off like the veins and stuff of the chicken. We're going to do fried chicken sandwiches. I didn't say that already. And so what I did was I seasoned up some flour. I beat a few eggs. But before I did all that, I sliced up some chicken breasts, like filleted them open and then cut them in half again. So they're thin and then they're, so it kind of made like 4 pieces per breast. Some of the smaller ones I only made 2 out of. But anyways, I wanted them thin so that they cook evenly. And then you also get, more sandwiches that way too. So then what I did is I brined them in some pickle juice for about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I took those out. I dipped them in flour, then the egg, then the flour. And then I put them on this plate to kind of dry out a few minutes. The best way to do that would actually be on a cooling rack. But I didn't do that. So I just piled them on this plate because I was in a hurry. And then I heated up these oil, and we've got 3 in here now, and this is just vegetable oil. Peanut oil would be best, but man, that is pricey these days, so I didn't buy that, but I just used oil I had on hand. But here's what they look like right now. I want them to be a little bit darker brown, so I'm going to let them go a couple more minutes, and then once all the chicken is done, or almost done, I'll get a little non-stick skillet over here. And we've got some brioche hamburger buns. I'll butter those lightly, and then we'll toast those up in a pan. I might go ahead and fry up some french fries since I've got some oil out. Typically, I would just throw them in the air fryer. But since I've got the oil out, I think we'll do it this way. Just use it up, and then I'll pitch this oil. Because I did fry fries in these the other day. That's why I say normally I don't do that, but we're doing what we're doing. So That's our meal for tonight. Is just going to be some fried chicken sandwiches. I got some cheese and lettuce and pickles and mayonnaise. So we're going to kind of do like Chick-fil-A-ish at home. These are not obviously going to be exactly like Chick-fil-A, but, you know, try not to burn things, but, you know, they might be similar. Let's see. This is a little bit different than I've done it before, so we'll see how we like them. But I will report back when the chicken is done and show you the buns, and then we'll show you it all assembled. Chicken sandwiches. I just put some mayonnaise and pickles. These are those Grillo's pickles. And our toasted buns. This is what they look like. And then just some Colby Jack cheese, mayonnaise, pickles. This is my husband's plate. We got some French fries. I did end up doing that since I had the oil out already. And the girls are not having my sandwiches. They just have chicken and fries and apples. But yeah, that's dinner tonight. I'm going to get the milk cups filled up and get everybody's plates made, and we will be ready to... All right, y'all. So I'm kind of late to the game here with dinner, but I wanted to share with you how I'm making these sort of copycat Arby's sandwiches. So we're going to do like beef and Swiss with the Arby's sauce. We did already try it once before with some of the like Rico's nacho cheese dip. It's just not the exact same as the cheese sauce you get at Arby's. So, we're going to do it with just Swiss tonight. And then next time we want to try this, I will do, next time we want to try this, then I'll try to get the Rico's or just some sort of like regular cheddar cheese sauce and see if it's any different. So, I'm not doing anything fancy here. This pan is just still hot. It's turned off, but it's still hot from toasting the buns. And I'll show you the buns in just a second. I just toast those up for a second. I didn't even butter them. I just threw them in a hot skillet. So these are those caraway pans. Again, I am still loving these. And they are fabulous for this because I don't need any sort of oil or anything else. So here's my deli roast beef. I had them shave it, so it is a little different than like the cut at Arby's. But I'm just going to flip these here in a second. They've been in the pan for about a good minute now. I'm going to flip them over, put the cheese on it. When the cheese melts, we'll put them on our buns. Here's some curly fries that I did in the air fryer. So those are ready to go. And then you can see I just toasted up our buns. These are the sesame seed buns. And then, let me get my little bowl here. I made like a copycat Arby's sauce at home with ketchup, salt, pepper, Worcestershire, onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of Tapatio sauce, like literally 4 drops. And then we're just going to put this on our buns, and then meat, cheese, and then we'll have some curly fries with it. And all in all, the fries are what take the longest because the air fryer. But because it's the air fryer, they took like 15 minutes and they were done. And so that's good to go there. The kids are not big fans of roast beef, so they're actually just doing some, I'll just show you. So they are doing some bagels and with peanut butter. Then they've got cucumbers, strawberries, blueberries, and yeah, and some chips. So that'll be their dinner. I'm going to finish assembling their plates, flip the meat, assemble those, and then I'll show you the final product for our homemade beef and cheddars. Well, beef and Swiss. All right, so plates are ready. This is my husband's plate. Like I said, roast beef and Swiss, and we did the Arby's sauce. And my husband's like, but I still want the cheese dip. I like that with the fries. I was like, okay, cool. So we had some, so I heated that up. We've got some of the nacho cheese sauce and the curly fries. And then this one's mine. I just like mine plain. I don't do the Arby's sauce. and a little bit of the cheese sauce and some curly fries. The kids are already eating, and we are about to sit down with them and eat, and we will be good to go. So this is dinner tonight. Super easy, makes it super quick with the air fryer and those lovely Caraway pans. One pan, one air fryer, a bowl for the cheese sauce, and oh yeah, I guess my mixing cup for the Arby's sauce. But if you buy the Arby's sauce that's bottled at the store, well, then you don't even have that dish. So, and a spatula. That's it. So, easy peasy dinner tonight. Gonna get these served. All right, y'all. So that's everything that I've got today. Thank you so much for joining me. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what are you cooking this week? What's on your meal plan? And I will see you in the comments down below until our next video. Bye, y'all.